Now make the heading immune system. Immune system. Okay, so you know that there are various systems which is present in our body. Okay, and for protecting all those systems, there is one specific designed system that is called as the immune system. Immune system is the one which is protecting the entire system. Okay, or you can say the entire body. Now these immune systems, they are specific, okay, rapid, fine, and you can say the fast acting system. Okay, rapid, specific, and fast acting system. These all, you can say, the mechanism by which you can say the host resist and the pathogen. Okay, resist you can say the expression of pathogens, that is called as the immunity. Fine, that is called as the immunity. So immunity is a term, okay, which is concerned with resisting the action of pathogens, the action of microorganisms. Okay, now as I said, this system is designed very specifically to execute rapid and protective response. Rapid and protective response. Okay, and this immune system, they are, you can say, widespread across the body. Okay, it's a wide spread across the body, and this immune system, in case of the humans, it is an advanced system. Okay, it is a advanced system, and if you pay your keen attention, you will surprised that in every system, okay, in every system there is a presence of immune cells, or you can say the immune parts. Got the points? In every system there is a presence of the immune cells. Take the example, if you take the example of the skin itself, or one kind of you can say the immune system. Okay, one kind of immune barrier. Now if we take the example of your saliva, then there is the presence of some of the enzyme which is acting as a you can say they are the immunogenic. Okay, they are the immunogenic, or you can say the reactogenic towards the pathogen, towards the foreign particles. So you can make a concept that whatever things which is present in us, okay, or and on us, okay, present in us and on us, and if they are playing a role to resist the action of the pathogen, action of the you can say the microorganism, these all, you can say, parts, these all you can say the system, they are acting, or you can say behaving as a immune system. Fine. Now there are classes of immune system. There are classes of immune system which we are going to study after a few minutes. But let's first classify this immunity. Okay, let's classify first the immunity. Now, broadly, the immunity is classified into the two categories. Okay, into the two categories. Probably you studied from your previous classes. The first type is called as the innate immunity. Innate immunity. Okay. Now, the another type is called as the acquired immunity. Acquired immunity. As the name suggests, here you just pay your attention. Innate means, this is also referred as a native. Natevi. Okay, native means it is present from the birth. This type of immunity, okay, is present from the birth itself. So and that's why they are also referred as a native immunity. And one of the, you can say, characteristics which distinguish the innate immunity from the acquired immunity is that it is, you can say, a first line of defense. There are lines of defense in our body, fine, which we are going to see, but just understood that there are a line of defenses. There are a line of defenses. First line of defenses, second line of defenses, third line of defenses. Okay, it's like you can say, if there are, you can say, the three, you can say, the three gate. If you cross the one gate, there is another gate which is locked. If you unlock the second gate, then there is another, you can say, the third gate which is locked. So there are, you can say, the partitions, or you can say, in a simple term, there is a barriers. Okay, so there is a first line defense, second line defense, third line defense. Okay, and then so on. So the first line of defense, if anything comes in our body, okay, if any foreign particles which is come in our body, is not a desirable, okay, which is not a desirable, if that is desirable, if that is, you can say, acceptable to our body, then there is no any immunogenic response, fine. But if that's not desirable, that our immune system find it out that it is a non-self, it is not our, it's non-self, so immune system generate a response. Okay, immune system generate a response. So that response, the first response, you can say, is generated by the innate immunity. So the innate immunity is called as the first line immunity. First line of immunity. Now, first line of immunity, it means, if it's a first line of immunity, it means it is not a specific. It's not a specific, that if anything comes, maybe the virus is coming, maybe the bacteria is coming, maybe the fungi is coming, they are ready to fight with every type of you can say, the foreign particles. Okay, they are not specific, they are not specifically, you can say, secreting some of the cell, or you can say some of the proteins which will only destroy a one particular category of microorganisms. You probably you've seen from the previous lecture, okay, that the microbes are diverse. Okay, it's not only the bacteria, there are viruses, fungi, prions, virions. Okay, there are classes of microorganisms, and some of the microorganisms, they are the causative agent. Okay, but this innate immunity, they are welcoming, or you can say, not a welcoming, they are fighting with every type of the foreign particles or the pathogens. Got the point? It means it is not specific, so it is also called as the non-specific immunity. You should write it down. This is this system, or you can say this type of immunity, they are also called as the non-specific immunity. Non-specific immunity. Okay, now come here, acquired immunity. As the name suggests, it is acquired. Okay, it is acquired as we grow. Okay, as we grow, our cells is interacting with the environment. There is an environmental interaction, and by that we acquired some of the cell. Okay, and it is present after, you can say, the birth. We acquired this type of immunity, and this immunity, it is a very specific immunity. Why it's specific? Whenever this type of immunity, they attack the microorganism, okay, whenever they attack the microorganism, they generate a one kind of, you can say, the memory, and that memory is stored in their house. Fine? Got it? Once again, in the case of the acquired immunity, what is happening? Whenever this immunity encountered of foreign particles or pathogens, it, you can say, produce one kind of memory, and that memory is stored in their house. Means, if the same pathogens is coming and this acquired immunity is going to attack, but then it have, you can say, one memory, one basis. Okay, fine, this type of cell is coming, now I have to produce now this specific type of you can say, the cell or protein or antibody to destroy this microorganism. So it takes not longer time. Okay, it's a quick to decide. Okay, it's a quick decision, and this quick decision is characterized by the presence of memory. Okay, so in the acquired immunity, it works on the principle of memory generation. It have the memory cells. Now, so because it have the memory cells, it is acting specifically, so it is also called as the specific immunity. It is also called as the specific immunity. Got the points? No problem. Now let's quickly summarize. We are discussing the immune system, and we said that the immune system is widespread across the body. Okay, and the phenomenon which is, you can say, generating by the system is called as the immunity. Immunity is the overall ability to resist the pathogens, okay, to resist the microorganism. Fine. Now, then immunity is divided into the two types, broadly divided into two types. One is called as the innate immunity, also called as the non-specific immunity, also called as the native immunity, and it's the first line of defense. Now, come to the acquired immunity. Acquired immunity is a second type of immunity, and it is characterized by the presence of memory cell, and that's why it is called as the specific immunity. Now, once we studied about the immunity and immune system, let's deal first with the innate immunity in detail. Make the heading innate immunity. Innate immunity. As I said, this innate immunity, it is also called as, very good, native immunity. Native immunity, fine, also called as, very good, it's also called as a non-specific immunity. Okay, now this innate immunity, since it is present from the birth, okay, and you know that not all the individuals are alike, okay, they are not alike, okay, there's a different types of individual, fine, there's a, you can say, races, okay, and if we talked about in the species category, then there are different species which is present in this planet, fine. So there, on that basis, we are dividing the innate immunity into the three classes. Okay, into the three classes. The first class is called as the species immunity. Species immunity, or also called as the species innate immunity. Fine. Now, the another one we have is a racial immunity. Racial immunity. Okay, then species immunity, racial immunity, and we have the individual immunity. Now you may thinking, then why I am classifying the immunity? See, that species immunity means that if suppose there is one kind of organism, take the example of the anthrax, okay, anthrax is a bacterium causes the anthrax. So this anthracis bacterium, they causes the disease, okay, in the you can say, they causes the disease in humans. Okay, the anthrax, they, you can say, infect the humans, but did not infect the chicken. Okay, human is a one category of species. Fine, chicken is one category of species. Then dogs is a one category of species. There are different species. Okay, so we're talking about the anthrax. So anthrax is only, you can say, cause a problem in the humans, not in the chicken. Means the body organization mediate the immune organization. Okay, and the immune organization is different in the different species. Got the points? Write the example. B. anthracis, a bacterium. B. anthracis causes it causes the disease called as the anthrax. No problem. Now come to the racial immunity. One race varies from the another race. Okay, one race varies from the another race. If we taking the example of the Niagara, you can say the race. Then in the Niagara's racial peoples, they are resistant towards the malaria and yellow fever. Okay, the Niagara. You can say the races, they are resistant towards the malaria and the yellow fever. Okay, but if we take the another race, there is a, you can say, prevalence of malaria as well as the yellow fever. Now if we take the individual immunity, then then there is a twins. Okay, there is a twins called as homozygous twins and heterozygous twins. Homozygous twins and heterozygous twins. Heterozygous twins. Now, the homozygous twins, they resist the same kind of diseases. Okay, they resist the same kind of, you can say, the pathogens or diseases. Whereas in the case of the heterozygous twins, the one baby is, you can say, they resist the one disease, but the same disease is, you can say, functional. Okay, pathological in the another baby. Got the points? So this innate immune system is varies in a species level, in racial level, as well as in the individual level. Got the points? No problem. Now we have discussed so much about the innate immunity, but we should now have to understand that what are the mechanisms, what are the levels of this innate immune system, how they are protecting us, isn't it? How they are protecting us. So for that, we have to first look the factors which influence the innate immunity. Okay, first discuss what are the factors which, you can say, affect this innate immunity, and then we will go with how this innate immune system is working. Okay, and what their mechanism. So first understood the innate immunity influencing factors. You can answer what are the factors, what could be the factors which can affect the immune system. Yeah, very good. First of all is the age. First thing is the age. Generally speaking, you can say the infants and old, they are more prone towards the diseases, towards the infection. Then question arises, why? In the, you can say, the infants or in the childs, their immune system is not strengthened. Okay, the immune system is not strengthful, and as well as their immune system is not, you can say, adjusted with the present environment. Okay, now because we seen that the innate immune system also need, you can say, the some of the stimulation from the external environment, and by that stimulation our immune system slowly strengthens themselves. Okay, strengthen themselves. So, and in the old ages, the innate immunity is a start, you can say, decaying. They start, you can say, there is atrophy of the innate immunity in the olds. So these old and the infants or a child, they are more prone towards the diseases. And if we compare with the adults have, you can, the immune system is working properly. Okay, the immune system is strengthened already, so they are comparatively less prone towards the diseases. But you cannot make the judgment that they are totally, you can say, resistant, or they have the total tolerance, okay, of the about the diseases. No, they may become sick. Okay, they may become sick. There is a possibility to being a, you can say, the diseased. Fine. So first one is the age. Another one which we seen is the nutrition. Yeah, it's a nutrition. Now, as I said, the nutrition is directly proportional to the functioning of immune system. What it means? It means if you if you're not taking the adequate nutrients, okay, your immune system is not going to work properly. Understood? So you can say the nutritionally deficient person, okay, nutritional deficiency can lead to the immunocompromised state. Okay, it can lead to the immunocompromised state. And you know, if once your immune system is compromised, now your body become, you can say, the opportunistic to offer the diseases to come inside and causes the harm. Okay, so the one way to achieving a good immunity is to taking the appropriate, or you can say, the right diet. Understood? No problem. Now, it is about the nutrition. Okay, it is about the nutrition. Now, apart from the nutrition, the another factors is our endocrine system. Okay, our endocrine system means our hormones. Okay, means our hormones. Now, if we're talking about the hormones, you just remember that hormones influence the immune system. Now, what it means? It means if there is a, you can say, certain deficiency, or if there is overproduction of some of the glands. Take the example like the thyroid gland. Okay, you can say, take the example of the thymus gland. These glands are concerned with the maturation and production of the immune cells. So if there will be any disease in these glands, then there is a, you can say, drastical changes in the immune system and their mechanism, that's the immunity. Got the point? So these are the three factors. Once again, first is the age, another one is the nutrition, and another one is the hormone. Now let's move ahead and discuss about the mechanism of innate immunity. So the mechanism, or you can say the level of immunity, now we are discussing about the innate immunity mechanism. So innate immunity mechanism, it relay on the, you can say, the 4 levels. Okay, it's relay on the 4 levels. So there are levels of innate immunity. If we're talking about their mechanism, then we have to study about the levels. Now, first I am writing the 4 levels. What are the levels? The first level is the physical barrier. Okay, there are 4 barriers. The first barrier is a physical barrier. Now, the another barrier is a physiological barrier. Then we have the another barrier, okay, and the another barrier, they are called as the cellular barrier. Fine. And the last One is called as the cytokinins. Cytokines. So, as I said that innate immunity is the first line of defense, and we taken the example the skin. Okay, so in the physical barrier, the first physical barrier is our skin. Skin resists the entry of microorganism. Okay, the skin, it resists the entry of microorganism, and it have some of the production called as the sebum. Okay, and these sebums, they have the you can say lysogenic enzymes, and these enzymes, they disrupt the bacterial cell wall. Okay, and also they will not allow the bacteria to colonize. Okay, and we can say to adhere. Got the point? So skin is the one physical barrier. Now another barrier, if we taking our internal environment, then you see that most of the, you can say, the parts or the tracts in our system is you can say lined by the cilia, isn't it? And there is a presence of the mucus. So the mucus, they trap the microorganism. Okay, they trap the microorganism and make them, you can say, non-functional. Okay, and if we taking the example, then in the respiratory tract, okay, the respiratory tract, in gastrointestinal tract, yeah, and in the urinogenital tract, these all tracts, okay, they have the mucus coating. They have the mucus coating, and this mucus coating, they prevent the colonization of bacteria. Okay, the colonization of bacteria and other microorganisms. Now come to the physiological barrier. The physiological barrier are those barriers which is produced by the physiological system in our body. Okay, and if you're taking the example, then you probably know that the hydrochloric acid which is present in our stomach, which is secreted by the stomach cells, like example you can take the peptic cells, okay, or chief cells. These cells producing the hydrochloric acid, and this hydrochloric acid is a highly acidic acid. Okay, it's a highly acidic acid. Fine, and this acidic nature make them unique, okay, in reference of destroying the microorganisms. Okay, their acidic natures, they don't allow the growth of microorganisms in the stomach. Fine. Apart from it, we have the saliva in our mouth. Yeah, we have the saliva in our mouth, and saliva contains some of the enzymes. Okay, some of the enzymes which is a bactericidal in nature. Which is a bactericidal in nature means which is destroying the bacteria. Fine. So saliva is the one of the physiological barrier. Apart from it, we have the tears in our eyes. Okay, and tears contain the lysozyme, which is also again a bactericidal. So all these secretions, they are referred as the physiological barriers. Okay, and they are basically providing a kind of immunity. Which kind of immunity? Very good. It's a innate immunity, a non-specific immunity, and also called as the native immunity. Now come to the cellular barrier. These cellular barriers, they are characterized by the presence of some of the cells which is mastered in the art of eating the foreign particles, or you can say engulfing the foreign particles, isn't it? And that cells are known as phagocytic cells. That cells are known as the phagocytic cells. And the mechanism by which these cells are engulfing the foreign particles, the undesirable particles, this phenomenon is called as the phagocytosis. Okay, the phenomenon is called as the phagocytosis. Phagocytosis. Probably you know the examples. Yeah, it's there. The first example is your macrophages. Apart from the macrophages, we have the neutrophils. Okay, and apart from the neutrophils, we also have one of the blood cells called as the monocytes. So these all cells, they are phagocytic cells. Once again, what are the cells? The macrophages, neutrophils, and the monocytes. These all are showing the phenomenon of engulfing the particles, engulfing the foreign particles by means of phagocytosis. Okay, and they are, that's why they are referred as a phagocytic cells. Okay, and briefly here I am describing. We will have the detailed lecture over these cells. Okay, the one is the macrophages, and there are the classes of macrophages. Okay, there are classes of neutrophils. Okay, and there are classes of monocytes. No problem. And these all are basically kind of hemopoietic cells. Hemopoietic cells. Now come to the last innate immunity, that is referred as a cytokines. That is referred as a cytokines. Now, whenever virus infect the cell, our cells secrete one of the chemicals, one of the proteins called as the interferons. Yeah, called as the interferons. Now these interferons, they are a special kind of proteins. Okay, they are a special kind of proteins which destroy, the foreign particles, which destroy the virus infected cells, or which prevent the another cells to be the infected by the viruses. Got the points? No problem. So by this, we are concluding our class. What we studied, we seen that there are different you can say branches of the medicine, and one of the branch is called as the immunology, which concerned with the studying of the entire aspect of the immune system. Then we also seen about some of the subfield or sub branches of the immunology. We seen about the immuno-oncology, we seen about the immunochemistry, we seen about the psychoneuroimmunology, we also seen about you can say the immunotoxicology. Fine. We also seen about the nutritional immunology. We also seen about the reproductive immunology. So these are some sort of the subfield of immunology. Okay, where we are basically seeing the role of immune system in you can say the various branches or various field. Fine. Then we discussed about what is the immune system and what their mechanism. We defined that immune system is a special kind of system which is specifically meant for protecting the rest of the system in our body. Okay, and we can say the mechanism by which our immune system protecting, that mechanism is called as the immunity. And then we define the immunity into the two categories. The broadly they are classified. The one hand we defined is the innate immunity. Okay, also called as the native immunity and also called as the non-specific immunity. Just because they are non-specific, they are the first line of defense in our body. In another type, we define that there is something called acquired immunity, also called as the specific immunity. Why they are specific? They are specific just because of the presence of the memory cells. Got the points? Then we moved ahead and we discussed about the innate immunity in the detail. We classified the innate immunity in the three levels, starting from the species level, racial level, and the individual level. Then we seen how this innate immune system you can say the working, their mechanism is easily understood by understanding the levels, their levels. The first level is their physical level, that's called the physical barrier, like example is skin. Okay, and then we take in the, you can say the example of the another barrier is called as the physiological barrier. Then we have the next level barrier called as the cellular barrier, and at last we discussed about the virus infected cells secrete the interferons, and that is called as the cytokinins. Fine. So in the next lecture, we will discuss about the acquired immunity. So thank you for having me. Bye. Have a nice day.